This is where I thrash.
You will hear me! I will be heard!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of From North to Wharf, the podcast, your unofficial but verified one-stop destination for Bob's Burgers information. As always, I am Mike.
And I'm JB. How's everyone doing?
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. If this is your first episode, hello. Go back, you have about 7 more to catch up on. And if it's not your first time here, then thank you for coming back.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, today's episode it's going to be a fun one. It's not really a deep discussion on like a topic we had to do really heavy research on. It's me and JB reflecting on a very fun whirlwind 48 hours that we were fortunate enough to be a part of, and we figured we'd take a trip down memory lane and recount the 48 hours that we spent in Los Angeles attending the Bob's Burgers movie world premiere. And how that all came about, and the nonsense that we had to go through in order to make it happen.
Just to get it there, yep.
So I guess starting off, we'll just volley this back and forth from our perspectives. But I remember us getting, I can't remember if it was a group text message between me, you, and I'll leave this other person's name out of it because I haven't asked if they wanted to be on. But me, you, and this person asking us what we were doing on, I believe it was a Friday.
Yes.
And I was like, nothing. And this person said, if you can make it out to Los Angeles, I can get you on the guest list for the red carpet premiere of the Bob's Burgers movie. Mm-hmm. And I know my initial reaction was, I'll make it happen.
Yep. Mine was very similar to that when I read it. And I think we only got, I think it was a 2-week notice.
Yeah.
Potentially this could happen.
Yes.
And it was very much just like, it's very touch and go. We're not sure.
Don't tell anybody.
What's going to happen. Don't tell anybody because we don't know if it's going to be real or not. Mm-hmm. But the second we know, I'll let you know so you can get a ticket to get out here. I do remember there was like one little caveat to the whole thing, where it's like you do need to, if you do show up, you need to have a costume. You need to be wearing a cosplay.
You need to be wearing a costume.
Okay, we can do that. We had our one-eyed snakes outfits, so we're like, we can do this.
Mm-hmm. I remember it was me, you, and our buddy Adam all got the same invite from our mutual friend, and we all kind of got on the horn with each other. It was like, what can we do? And it was like, I know, we'll do one-eyed snakes. Mm-hmm. And then I think, not to toot my horn, but I think it was me who came up with the ideas like, well, the one-eyed snakes are going to a movie premiere. They're going to dress fancy. What's fancy to a biker gang? Clip-on ties.
Clip-on ties.
Clip-on ties.
So we all clip-on ties. Yeah, you set that up. And
we all got.
We were wearing like regular T-shirts.
Regular white tees with our vests, with our battle patches. I had a couple extra pins on me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I somehow on the airplane got the comb switchblades in, and we had those as well for combing our hair, or for me, my beard. There wasn't any at the time,
So yeah, we get the initial text. I say, I'll make it happen on my end. I remember putting down my phone, running to my wife, saying, "Hey, I can make this happen if you're cool with it." And it was like, at that point where buying a ticket was going to be very expensive, and I think it was like $400 for me to get out there.
It was expensive for us. I think it was about $450
because it was like last minute.
Yes, it was very last minute flight.
And I remember me and you going back and forth like, is this really happening? Is this our?
We kept looking at prices too, but we didn't know if it was a go yet or not. So we're like, well, do we like just get it? And then it's like, well, no, because if it doesn't happen, then we have these tickets. I'm like, what are we going to do with it? So we waited. And I do remember it being like last minute, get these last seats on these planes. Let's make it happen.
And I was flying out of Orlando, and this is all we didn't have enough time to process what the hell was happening.
No.
For like the gravity to set in before we were on the plane and like, all right, we got to go. So I leave Orlando. I think it was around 5 or 7 a.m. I get to LA around 9 a.m. their time.
You were
Um,
smart to get there early.
well, there was also no other choice.
Yeah, but still.
I remember getting there around 9 a.m. The hotel wasn't available till about 3 p.m. Our friends who set this all up and who were also going to the premiere weren't in town yet. I think you all hooked up with them, right?
Yes, they picked us up.
Yeah, they picked y'all up and brought y'all into town. So for 9 a.m. till about 3 p.m., I was just walking around with just a backpack, just taking in fucking Sunset Boulevard or whatever that is. Just walking up
the
and
main
down.
drag.
Just walking up
where
and
the
down.
Hollywood Walk of Fame and all that stuff is.
And I remember getting there and standing out in front of the
you got to see them put it together.
Yeah, the what's the name of the theater?
Capitan.
The El Capitan. I remember standing out in front of the El Capitan, and I got there so early that the marquee wasn't turned on yet. None of the props were put up, but I went down, I walked around, I came back around, and by the time I got back, the red carpet had been laid out, the standees were all up, the marquee was up, and I was taking photos. And in the world that you and I are in, we live and die off posting like the latest news. Yep. And the latest news was the Bob's Burgers movie. And at that point, nobody had known there was going to be a world premiere yet.
No.
There was a lot of folks asking us.
Yes.
It was like, hey, when's the world premiere? And we knew the answer because we were going. But we couldn't say anything.
Just to also preface too, we had some friends that also, we didn't know this, had also received the same invitation, but we were also told not to talk to them about it. And they were also told the same. So they'd be like, hey, are you going to be maybe in the state of California during this time? And we're like, I don't know. Are you going to be in the state of California during that time? And it was very much just like a, if you know, you know.
It was
very weird.
It was the worst kept secret because, again, we run in circles to where we know some of the bigger cosplayers or the bigger content creators as far as Bob's goes. So we all knew that if I got this call, then this person definitely got this call.
And it was just like, you kind of knew it too, because you would get a message on Instagram and be like, oh, hey, like, what are you guys doing this Friday? And it's like, I don't know. What are you doing this Friday? And it's just like, maybe I'll see you. It's like, maybe I'll see you. And it was like, kind of like this unspoken, hey, it's happening, but I'll see you there. And it was exciting because we were like, oh, cool, we get to see these people. We have talked to them online. We've interviewed some of them, but we had never met them. Yeah, I don't think we had even met at that point.
No, me and you hadn't met yet. And a perfect example was our buddy Jose, TikTok Linda.
Yep.
We knew, we didn't like officially know that he got the invite, but if we got the invite, then he definitely got an invite. Because everybody knows TikTok Linda. But it wasn't like hey, we'll see you in a couple days, right? It wasn't, because we were sworn not to ask or not to tell. But yeah, I remember seeing the red carpet, and all that to say was we live and die off the latest news. People were curious about a world premiere. There hadn't been anything announced because they didn't want people running and flocking there, because this was coming off of COVID and things just now opening up. So I remember us having to tell our audience at the times, like, we don't know anything. So I'm sitting there, I'm taking photos, but I can't post anything.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. I can't. Because then at that point, people will know, hey, Mike doesn't live in California. Why is he there?
What's he doing there yet?
A plus B equals there's a premiere happening. Because there'd be no other reason for me to be there. So we sat on all of that information. Even when things were leaked, people would ask us, and be like, we don't know. We don't know
anything. Yeah, we really held to it because we were told to, and we value that. Because we wanted to be, if there was ever something again, we wanted to be invited.
Yeah, this was early enough in our, I hate to use this word, but career, to where we didn't want to ruffle any feathers and not be able to be invited back. Because this was before us going to Comic-Con and stuff.
Yes.
So I get there, I'm taking all these photos, I'm sending them to you guys, I think.
We would get them. We landed in Chicago, and well, that's a whole other thing. I hate O'Hare, and this is one of the reasons I hate it. So,
So I'm doing all this. I'm seeing all the things going up. I'm losing my mind because it's so cool. But I can't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Especially our friends who are there, who even I would venture to say Keisuke, Mario, folks that we knew from the show that were going, we didn't even tell them.
No, we didn't even tell them.
We told
I think we had sent them the similar, like, we might be seeing you, and they were like, oh, we might see you too.
Yeah.
But that was like, in the future maybe.
Yeah, it was very hush hush, very very weird. So yeah, I'm waiting around for hours for everybody to show up, JB, Adam, and our friends. But I'm waiting there for hours alone. And why am I waiting there alone?
You're waiting there alone because we couldn't get tickets until later that day. Literally, we were going to land like 2.5 or 3 hours before the premiere. But that was the closest we could get. Well, we actually were supposed to get in earlier. So me and Adam left Columbus pretty early. I think it was like at 7 in the morning. And we got to Chicago, but our flight had been delayed from Columbus. They were de-icing the wings, and it took an extra hour. So then we took off. We get there.
Yeah, because this was in like March, right?
In March, yep. But it was cold in Ohio, so they were de-icing it. And then it took forever. I hate Chicago here because literally you go over the freeway, you do all this stuff just to get to your gate. And literally we get to this gate and we're at A, and they're like, you need to get all the way to the other side of the airport. And just like with JFK in New York, there is no tram, there is nothing. It's just run. So it's literally like me and Adam are running like it's Home Alone to get to this gate. And
it's not like you all have luggage. You just
no. We just literally had backpacks.
Yep.
And the thing that was really shitty was like we told the flight attendants like, hey, there's a bunch of us going to LA and need to get to this flight. It's going to be really close. Can you page the airline and let them know like we're on our way? And they're like, no, we don't do that.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, then can you let us off the plane first? And like, yeah, we can totally do that. So they announced it, and then these women were like, oh yeah, we're going to LA too. And then literally all these other people started being like, oh, we're all going to LA.
Yeah.
To the point that the flight attendants were like, I need to see tickets if you're going to LA or not. And then they're like, oh yeah, we're not. We're just going to Detroit. Like, we're just going to Detroit. It doesn't matter. Like, we just want to get off the plane. So like we got held up by them because they had a ton of luggage and we couldn't get past them. But we did sprint all the way to the gate, and another guy was like, I'm going to LA. I'll hold the gate. Because he's like, I'm just going to sprint. And like Adam had just had his transplant. And it was like, we're not able to like run, but we can run. And we saw the gate. We saw the guy. And we're like, okay, we made it. And we had still 10 minutes till boarding. They didn't even announce the flight was like closed. We get to the thing. They close the door. And we're like, there's a whole group of us behind us as well. And we're like, we're here. Let us in. And they're like, oh, the gate's closed. Sorry. And just like walked away. And then Adam melted down and was really upset. And we all had to go to the ticket counter. And we were lucky enough that like someone tried to help us. We ended up running to 2 other flights, and they're like, yeah, you don't have standby tickets. You don't get on. So we started getting pictures from you. Things look amazing.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, great. Are we going to miss this? Because then they're like, there's really no flights going to LA. So I literally told the woman what was happening at the ticket counter. I was like, we're just supposed to go to a movie premiere tonight, and it's never going to happen again. So how do we make this happen? And she's like, I will get you on a flight. So she did get us on a flight. It was packed, but we got on the flight. We made it. We did get tickets, and she did hook us up. But it was very close. So,
I was going to say, given where LAX was or is in relation to where you needed to be, you guys got there with about an hour to spare, hour and a half to spare. Because I remember us having to run to a 7-Eleven.
Yes.
So I can't remember. It might have been Adam had to get a white tee for the premiere. I'm like, how do you not have a white tee? It's the only thing you need to be wearing. But somebody didn't have a white tee. But yeah, you guys got there. That was legit the first time you and I had met.
Yep. And our buddy picked us up literally at the airport. Like floored into like the lane. He's like, get in. Just like jumped in and drove.
And then getting the hotels seemed to be a little tricky too, or getting hotel rooms. But I had spoken to you. I mean, we had been doing North to Wharf at that point. I also had you on Lettuce Ketchup. So you and I had talked to each other, but we had never met in person. Our buddy who kind of set this all up, I had him on Lettuce Ketchup. I think we might have had him on North to Worth.
We've had him on the show, and like we had talked off air a couple times, but we'd never met any of these people in person.
Nope. And then we're all thrusted into 2 hotel rooms. And then we all got there, kind of breathed a sigh of relief because we were all there with about an hour to spare. Again, make a quick detour to 7-Eleven. Thankfully, they had a white tea for can't remember who. But we all got together. We everyone got dressed. Everyone got ready.
Then we started walking over, and I think that's when things started kind of sinking in a little bit about like what was actually about to happen, because it was such a fever, like whirlwind kind of thing that. Because we went to the 7-Eleven and we got drinks and stuff and just were like hanging out and we're like, well, what do you think it's going to be like? What's this going to be like? And we had no clue what it was going to be like. And I remember we saw the marquee walking, but then we had to cross the street because we were going through the back and then moving around. And I think for me, it finally sank in as we were turning the corner and started to see all the standees and all the like props and things that were out, and seeing the red carpet. And then I think we finally started seeing some of the cast. And I was like, oh shit, this is real. This is happening right now. And it's in that moment. It's really weird. Like when you're in a moment like that you don't really remember a lot or focus on it until after it's over. And then you're like, oh, that was cool. Because we saw so many people so quickly. I mean, everything happened so fast that it was like, really wasn't able to just kind of sit with it until we left the movie. We sat outside the front for a while and just watched people leave, and that's when we kind of reflected a lot.
I remember when we were walking to the El Capitan with me, you, Adam, and our friends. I was able to go live on our North Tour at that point, and at that point we were a shell of what we are now. As far as like follower count goes. So there was just a couple of people there. And we were able to reveal at that point that A, we were all together in person, B, we were in Los Angeles, or Hollywood to be specific, and C, we're on our way to the premiere. But it didn't dawn on me the gravity of it until, because the way we're walking, you could easily just walk to the Capitan and go there. It didn't dawn on me until the person we were with is like, hey, no, we have to go around. We have to go around.
We have to go a block over and back.
We have to go behind everything because that's how you get into this thing. And I don't know why that's the part that stood out to me. But once we hit the carpet, we had our IDs. We showed our credentials. They gave us our passes.
We gave our special movie passes that we had that I still have.
And then
that they were numbered and scanned, like you couldn't just fake that. And then they checked us and the metal detectors. And I remember them being like, "There's 2 carpets. The front is for the cast and crew. You guys are guests, so you're on the back carpet. But like we could still see everything. But like all the cameras and the interview people were up front, but we were like right behind them. And they wanted us to keep moving, and we were just like, no."
Yeah, fuck you. We're not moving. But I remember we got there early enough to where us taking photos in front of all these things wasn't going to be that big of a deal. So, I mean, we snapped photos in front of the world premiere sign.
The burger cart. We sat in front
of burger
that,
cart.
Pictures.
And then once we got past all of that, we didn't go into the theater right away. We kind of just
we hung out,
stayed in this wrangling area. And that's where we ran into people that we've only known about or had on the show, like Simon. This was the first time we got to meet Simon in person. Reggie Watts.
We made him laugh. We told him a joke. I can't even remember what the joke was, but I think we just said something in passing. And
no, he said, "Oh, one-eyed snakes." I was like, "Yeah, we're running security tonight." And then he chuckled. Yeah. And then that was that. And then, I mean, all these other people that are a big deal to us, maybe not a big deal to the audience at large. But we
then we saw Keisuke too. He came running over and said hi. We saw Husky. I saw Dan Mintz and John Roberts doing an interview up front. And then I saw H. John walking in with his hat.
What's even more wild is the people that we saw there, but we weren't acquainted with until well after the
Yeah, I
movie.
know. That was wild. Like, knowing that, like, I saw Eric. We had
Yeah.
Eric on the show recently, Wolford, and he was like, "Yeah, I was wearing a green suit." And I was like, "I do remember the guys in the green suits." He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we all kind of planned it together."
Wiley, Maggie,
Maggie,
and then and then from there we kind of got like the time to go inside alarm or whatever you want
like
to call
last
it.
call, and then we saw
Yeah.
Jose up front, and
Saw
he
Jose. You
was
couldn't
so
miss
decked
Jose.
out. Yeah, as Linda, like
So-
world premiere Linda. It was an incredible outfit.
Sorry, I'm watching my puppy do a little dance. But yeah, we got ushered in, and unfortunately, you, me, and Adam and our friends. Well, you and Adam sat with each other. Our
We
friends
got
sat with
split.
each other.
Mhm.
I sat on the opposite end of the theater, which is fine. I remember I sat next to Peter Pan's Labyrinth, Luis.
Yep.
I think I was near Stephanie, Teen Apocalypse
Yep.
for
Teen Apocalypse.
the fan base.
We were next to the rest of the One-Eyed Snakes.
You were
There was
next
a
to the
group of
One-Eyed
us.
Snakes. Yes. And then I think was Keisuke and Mario on your side as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I remember sitting in there, and the gravity of the situation had not hit me.
No, like the piano player was just playing, and like we had popcorn, and like we were just sitting there, and
yeah, but
it was just kind of taking it all in still, because it was just like looking around, like, oh my god, it's them. Oh my god, it's this person. It's that person.
Yeah, but like even for me, like I'll tell from my perspective is, I sat there and it all just felt like a normal movie to me, and I was like, all right, This is still a normal experience. The piano player or the organ player was playing his thing. Is like, this still feels normal. Lauren came on. I was like, this still feels normal to me. And then the movie started, and then it was the ukulele version of the 20th century theme with the synth, and then cut to the opening scene where it's Wonder Wharf. And at that point, the gravity of the situation hit me, and I was like, holy shit.
It hit me when Lauren came out. When he came out in his burger suit, and was just like, this is a movie premiere, everyone. Everyone get just pumped up. That's when I was like, oh, we're here. This is really cool. Like, I never thought we'd ever get here. That's when it kind of sunk in. And then he was just like, all right, you guys are the fans. We brought you here to watch this movie because you're here, and it's important that you're here because you're a big part of this. And then he's like, and let's introduce the cast. And then literally, like, right next to you, John Roberts stands up. H. John's like a couple rows back from you, and then on our side was Larry and some other people, and we're like, oh, they're like literally mixed in with us.
Yeah,
and he's like, crew, go ahead and stand up, and all the crew stood up, and it was like, they're all right around us, and he's like, we made this happen because we wanted you guys to be part of this.
Yeah, that was, I think it wasn't even the gravity of the situation. This was something that we all knew that was happening. We knew it was big. We knew this movie was a culmination of the, at that point, 10 seasons, 11 seasons.
Years of work.
And at that point, it was everything happening at once. And I was sitting there going, oh, shit. This is so much bigger than I thought it was. Not just like, oh, it's a movie. Of course, it's bigger than the show. But like, holy shit, this is the culmination of everybody's hard work. Everything that we've wanted up until this point, the fan base, the cast, the crew. And then I just started like getting teary-eyed. I was like, holy shit, this is it.
I got teary when you were talking about the uke music coming on for the introduction for 20th Century. I remember looking down at our world premiere pass and be like, this is the world premiere. Like, no one else has seen this outside of probably the main people. We're all seeing this for the first time. And like, just being like, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, real big imposter syndrome. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. Why am I here? And then once it started, I was like, okay, this is huge.
Yeah, and then once I got past the initial, I don't think I kind of settled down until after Bob and Linda got rejected for their extension
loan. Yep.
Then I was like, okay, now I can breathe. Now I can breathe. And then it was just a fun ride. And then Lily came around, and we were like, oh shit, this is
people were crying.
This is a historical moment of this show, and this is gonna change everything. And I remember feeling that, I was like, oh man, this is it. This is what.
Well, also you have to remember too, like we had been discussing for weeks the build up about
Yeah.
like the water main break.
Mm-hmm.
That they were leading into it, like, hey, they keep tripping over the sidewalk. Something's going on with the sidewalk. I bet something's going to happen in front of the restaurant.
Yeah, and then we had
that all came to fruition when we saw it burst, and we're like, freaking knew it.
And then we had the trailer that was released, which, quick side tangent, that was released on the College Football National Championship game.
4 hours.
We waited 4 fucking hours for this trailer to show, and we hosted a live stream. Turns out 4 hours is the max Instagram live stream that you can do, so we figured that part out. We started another one, and then we thought it was a Burger King commercial, and then we heard the Linda's voice. I'm like, oh shit, this is it. So yeah, that was where it all started, and then we did our movie trailer breakdown, which so far is our most viewed video, which is really cool. And then all that to say, boom, now we're here watching it, and then the movie happened, and I get up, I say bye to the people around me. I know where you guys are, so I'm gonna make my way over there, but then I got to get around this group of people, and then it's John Roberts. I was like, holy shit! I was like, John, do you mind if Linda? For those who don't know, I was like, John, you mind if I take a quick picture? And he's like, yeah. And then the only thing I regret is me and John are apart from each other, which I don't know how I feel, because he took photos with other people. They were close. But I was like, you know what? It's fine. If you want to be a distance, that's fine by me. I'll Photoshop it to be better. But in between us, there is somebody dressed as Butt Loose Tina. And it's just this lady in between us in a pink onesie. And I'm like, that's not the background I was hoping for. So I got to go back and Photoshop that to where we're together.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I make my way. I find you guys, and we go up to the lobby. We find Mario and Keisuke, and we kind of... That was the first time you and Mario had met.
Yep, that's the first time, yeah. It was pretty huge for me, because it was like... I'd known about him since my childhood, since watching all those shows that he worked on, and I was like, oh, he's right in front of me now.
Yeah, and then at that point, me and Mario had been friends for a minute, so we were catching up. But then there was a murmur in the crowd. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Everything's been so cool at this point. What's happening? And then first I see Kristen. I was like, what the hell is she doing here? Because at that point, H. John had already left.
Oh yeah, he left early.
He didn't. He's like, this isn't really my bag.
You probably went to the after party, which I think was at the Roosevelt. So they left there.
So H. John had left. John Roberts had hung out, but he wasn't hanging out in the lobby with all of us like Kristen was. And then she stayed for a little bit. She met some folks. I know she got to meet Stephanie, or Stephanie got to meet her. Did you get to meet Kristen?
No, I got to meet her later at Comic-Con.
Yeah. But we did, however, get to meet Lauren.
Yes, we did.
And he was super nice, and he took the time to talk to everybody. And I think everybody was really cool about not occupying his time, like understanding, like, hey, he's
like, it's a picture, say something while you're waiting to get photoed, like, then move on. It was like it was kind of like a mutual respect thing within fans, which is really cool. They're like, everybody wants a picture, everyone wants to see him or talk to him, and then it was like, don't hog his time.
With your short time, what did you get to talk to Lauren about?
Well, I told him that I appreciated him commenting on my family picture that I drew a while back. And then I was like, I also worked on the Trivial Pursuit game. And he was like, we have a trivia game. And I was like, yeah, you do. And he's like, oh, that's cool. I'll have to take a look in the office for that. But no, it was fun, because then he like laughed about it and he took a picture. But yeah, what did you talk to him about?
I when it comes to that, because I've been very fortunate enough to and I'm not bragging, but I've worked a lot of cons, and I've had interactions with folks that I admire or I've seen on screen or whatever have you, and I never have anything to say. It's not because like, oh, I'm starstruck. I don't, like, what are we gonna talk about? Like, oh, do you like pizza? I like pizza.
Yeah.
So I literally just said, hey, thank you. The movie was fantastic. The show's fantastic. Just thank you for 11 seasons at that point, 11 seasons of the show. And he's like, oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. Didn't have him sign anything. I took some photos that I looked stupid in. And looking back on it, I wish I didn't cosplay. I wish I would just wore like a suit or something that made me look like an adult. I don't know why. I just wish. But he was very nice. I didn't have him sign anything. I know our buddy Adam had him sign his Kuchikopi. Did you get him to sign anything?
No. Looking back, I probably should have had him sign my world premiere patch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got a signed book, so not all
we
is
did.
lost.
We're good, yeah.
And who knows? We may be able to get that signed in the future. But yeah. And then at that point, the movie was done. The premiere.
Yeah, I remember a lot of the cosplayers met up front.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we took like a group photo.
You.
We did a movie with Jose at the end where it's just like, we're here, we did it.
And then you had a little meet and greet with a certain
Nora.
someone.
Yeah, Nora was walking out with a group of people, probably writers and people from the show. And we were walking out, and literally I thought I heard her talk. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, that might be her. And I remember turning around and just being like, Nora? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, hey, great job.
Completely surprised,
movie.
Yeah. I don't think she gets recognized.
No, not usually. And I'm sure she probably hates it.
Yeah.
I've been told that she likes to be more of like, I don't need the attention.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it cool if I take a picture with you? And she's like, yeah, 100%. And just took it real quick and like let her go to the after party. It wasn't gonna hog her time, but it was like, at least for me, it was cool because like she has done so much for the show. She's been there from the beginning, so it was like meeting her and Lauren on the same night was really cool and special. And yeah, I wanted her to kind of know that I really appreciate what she did.
Yeah, and I remember us going, well, how the hell did we get into that party? Because I think Keisuke went.
Keisuke, I think, did get to go.
I was like, how the hell did we get in there? But then we were told by our friends, like, oh, it's cast and crew, family kind of thing. I was like, totally get that. I was like, but we're going to go, us fans, we're going to the Star Wars themed bar down the road.
Yeah.
It's totally dope.
It was cool. It was very cool. I had the blue milk. Very good.
Sorry, my dog is distracting me. But we all gather our friends up. We walk over there. It's the three of us dressed as one-eyed snakes. There was one other person dressed as.
There was a person who was dressed as the farmer from the Riverbrook family farms.
Mm-hmm.
The turkey. Then there was one other person that was dressed as something else.
Yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember, but I think it was an animal of sorts. Might have been an equestrian.
Might have been.
But we're making our way down to Hollywood Boulevard, just walking, minding our own business. We are clearly just a group of fans. There's 3 bikers, a horse, and a farmer. And then our friends who are dressed normal, like in their suits and their Bob's shirts. And we pass by this bar where there is a real biker gang hanging out.
Yes.
Or a group of bikers. I don't know if they're a gang. And
we don't assume.
We don't assume anything. We don't say anything to them, but they are clearly taking an exception to us.
Yes, they've noticed our stripes and colors.
Our patches.
We're questioning our and maybe our pins, and we're
who
curious,
are we affiliated
with?
Who
are we, and who are we affiliated with, and who do we represent, and do we need to rumble, essentially?
And not for nothing, you and Adam, maybe you could probably pass off as guys who are enthusiastic about motorcycles. I am all but 5'2". Do I have tattoos? Yes. Do I have a beard at the time? Yes. But I'm not intimidating in the least. And our patches are penises.
Yes.
So what about any of that?
Yes, which we had to bring up to them.
Yeah.
So they understood that it's literally just a joke. And but yeah, that was an interesting time because they started asking us a lot of questions like, where are you guys from? What kind of bikes do you ride? Like, we don't ride any bikes.
And
we're just in town for a movie premiere. We just came from it. And our buddy, I think, swooped in and was like, why are they talking to them? And he's like, oh, they think that there's something they're not.
Yeah.
And this could be bad. So he came in and was just like, hey,
this isn't what you guys think.
They're not into bikes. They don't even ride bikes. It's just it's a costume.
Yeah,
they're
it's just
cosplaying. Costume.
But for a minute,
I remember I took off my vest at that point. I was like, I'm good not wearing that.
Yeah, I don't think any of us wore our vests on the walk home.
No, we tucked them and just
It was suggested that we don't.
Yes.
So regardless of whether or not there's a penis snake on our back, nobody sees that at nighttime. And I think one person warned us that other people were throwing batteries at folks.
Yes.
So we had to maybe not wear our vests back, and we didn't.
I mean, it was awkward looking back on it now because that guy was asking a lot of questions, and we were just answering them and like walking, but he kept following us.
Yeah,
that's when our buddy was like, "Who are they talking to?" And then he was like, "Oh,
they swooped in and Papa Beared us."
Yes.
But yeah, it's not like we stopped for a conversation. He was just kind of chirping, and we were like,
just kept following us and kind of hanging around, and we're like, "You can just go about your business.
Yeah,
we're good."
Thank God for our much bigger friends.
Yes,
we're really cool about it. But we went to the bar. We got to hang out with a lot of the fans that we've known strictly through the internet.
Mm-hmm. I think we've seen a lot of them actually, even at Comic-Con. I think they end up going a lot because we do see a lot of like the Gale and Mr. Business. Like there's a lot of ones who wear the same cosplays because they're known for them. I think we've seen them a lot.
Trouble Cosplay, Teen Apocalypse, Jose Can You See.
I think Our Little Creation was there too, weren't they?
Our Little Creation. She was Nat Kinkle.
Calvin or Nat?
She was Nat. She was Nat. I think she was our very first guest.
Yeah.
But we got to see and meet her, and that was fantastic. And that was kind of the whirlwind 24 hours of the movie premiere.
Yeah.
And then the next day, we all got up early and went to Chef Alvin's burger restaurant.
Yeah.
Boy.
Those were good burgers.
Yeah, and then that was a little weird too because we're sitting there. It's no longer the premiere. It's just a regular Saturday. And me, you, Adam, just 2-3 regular guys. And then across from us, to my immediate right is Hawk.
Yep.
In front of us is one of the directors.
Yep.
And then our friends who also have their really cool positions in their own right. And you're like, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah. It basically was more of like a cast and crew. Well, like a crew hanging out, eating burgers, and just 3 randoms.
And then Chef Alvin.
Yeah.
Well, just getting burgers at Chef Alvin's place. So it was very surreal. And then, I think you all left not too long after that.
Yeah, we had to go.
Yeah. And then
for us, I think it was like a 36-hour trip. I think for you got a little extra time.
Yeah, because
you went to the other premiere.
I went to the other premiere. I went to the influencer premiere at the Alamo Draft House, which I went with Teen Apocalypse, her brother, and then our friends from the premiere who set all that up. And legit, we were the only Bob's Burgers fans there. We were the only ones that were excited to see the movie. There were others there that were obviously paid to go to the premiere, to make posts about it. Didn't really care much about it. They were just there for a quick buck to make their posts. And we were there not making posts about anything, not doing, but like legit just enjoying the movie. And that was easier. For me, it was much easier than the movie premiere because at that point, I had been with these people for 24 hours. You could attest to this. Our friends are very welcoming, and then they make you feel like family, like 5 minutes into the conversation.
Yep.
So it's very easy to just kind of chill with them. And then from there, the movie had ended, and we were like 30 minutes away from LAX, and my flight left in about an hour and a half. So we were like zipping through LA to get me to LAX, and I got there in time. And then I'm on a plane, and then my 48 hours of madness comes to an end, and I'm like finally able to decompress on the plane and figure out what the hell just happened. Are there things I would have done different if we were in that position now? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we were so fresh. Like, again, this was before we even were able to go to Comic-Con. And when you consider the movie came out in what, 2022?
Yeah.
We started the podcast in about 2021, 2020.
Yeah, it was only within like a couple months of us starting.
Yeah, so we were really just starting off. So yeah, I don't know. It was insane for us to be able to do that, or to even be thought highly enough to be considered to even go to something like that.
Exactly. I still wonder, like, yeah, it's just wild that we were chosen for that.
But it was pretty dope, and yeah, it was just everything happened so fast. From boom, can you guys come to this? Boom, you're in California. Boom, you're back on the plane, back to home.
Yep. I don't remember sleeping that much. So.
I don't. I wish I had taken more photos. I wish I had taken more videos, but I kind of want to stay in the moment. And I don't.
Plus, we were told we couldn't really do a lot of that once we were inside. So
yeah, it was kind of like a act like you've been here before kind of thing, which I like to think you and I handle very well.
Yeah, we try to as much as we can. I mean, when Lauren was there, it was like, oh man, this is big.
Yeah.
But I think now I've seen him a couple times when we're at con, and yeah, it's mostly just like they just want to hang out and be normal with them.
I think that wasn't as big of a deal for me because I had met. I've completely just realizing this now, and I'm sure I realized it in a moment. But that was the second time I had met Lauren. I'd met him years before, and I was like, oh yeah. So it's really cool to meet Lauren again and catch up with an old friend.
Yeah, let us catch up.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it was just a really cool memory that I don't remember much of.
Yeah, and I remember
the finer details.
I think after we did like the episode after that, back when we were doing the show, and we reflected on it, and I think it was like in that moment we were at that bar afterwards, and we're like, we just did that, and it was like very much like an existential one. We were super tired. We're East Coast time on West Coast, and it's like midnight their time, so it's like 3 a.m. for us, and we're like, what happened? And I think we both got kind of emotional about it. And we're like, this shouldn't have happened. We weren't supposed to be here. We shouldn't, like, this shouldn't be a thing. Yeah. But for us, it was like the first time we had met, and it's a pretty huge moment for first time meeting. And
we didn't really even have time to compress or decompress. No. It was like, hey, I know you. Hey, I know you. All right, let's go.
Yep. There was no pleasantries. It was like, we got to move.
Yeah. No, it was wild. And again, I remember the broad strokes. I mean, I know this is a 40+ minute episode. I remember the broad strokes, but I wish I had taken the time to fully document the entire experience.
Yep.
So, but what are you going to do? But yeah. Any other lingering memories from the 36 hours you spent in California?
I remember we had to store all of our stuff under our bed, which was just a wooden box, and we put the bed on top of all of our stuff because we were worried that something was breaking.
I remember I slept on a chair.
Yeah.
Not a couch, a chair, propping my foot up on the AC unit.
Yep.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a wild time.
There you go, folks. This was another episode of From North to Wharf, your unofficial but verified one-stop destination for Bob's Burgers information. As always, I am Mike.
And I'm JB.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
See you guys.
I wish my radio worked.
Oh, I wish my radio worked.
Wish my radio worked. I wish my radio worked.
Go on, scat. No, not. I mean, I meant go, not scat. Go!
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 Where am I supposed to go?
Shoot!
Ah!
Get out! Get out!
So I should go?